This morning in the dish, we get chopped by none other than Chef Ted Allen. He is host of the hugely popular Food Network show Chopped.
He recently released his second cookbook titled In My Kitchen, 100 Recipes and Discoveries for Passionate Cooks. And he's here with his ultimate dish, scallops with cheese grits. This is an incredible looking table. Tell us what you got here.
Thank you very much. Well, typically it's shrimp and grits, and I thought, why not go with scallops because they have a similar flavor, you get a nice char on them, and you don't have to peel anything. So they're a little bit less labor, and they're very, very, very tasty.
And speaking of less labor, you have labored over multiple courses here for us, including a cocktail.
Absolutely, the Fire Island Sunset. So it's a grapefruit. And
it looks good just to start with.
A grapefruit, little tequila in the morning, always nice. Hibiscus tea with a red zinger tea and some ginger garnish. It's lovely.
Oh, awesome.
I like the ginger garnish a lot.
That's very nice for an upset stomach, too.
You have had the most storied career. You have been so close to so many chefs, and now you're doing this yourself. A James Beard Award winner now.
Yep.
How does something, I mean, the James Beard is the Oscar of the food world.
It is. I have to say, I have to thank the James Beard Foundation for an awesome summer, because not only did Chopped win 2 James Beard Awards this May, and we were so honored to join that group of people, but the James Beard Foundation also had us as the guest of honor at their Chefs and Champagne event in the Hamptons. You know, we got to wear seersucker. The weather was beautiful. The food was great. And of course, the Beard Foundation, creates scholarships for younger people who want to get into the business.
This is not how you started out. I mean, you started out at Chicago Magazine.
Yes.
Working on what was it?
I edited the short stories in the front of the magazine. I wrote features, but it was also at Chicago Magazine, which is a truly great city monthly, where I fell in love with the culture of cooking and chefs. And of course, it's a great restaurant town. And after a while, I auditioned to become a junior critic. One of 5 or 6 critics that went around and evaluated restaurants, and I found that exercise so fascinating to think about why one chef is doing a better job than another chef, and it proved to be rather prescient when you consider the job that I now find myself in every day, evaluating who did a better job with their dish, whether it's a ham sandwich or something fancy.
Right.
It's a very interesting job.
I think it's very interesting. We've been talking this morning about Julia Child, her 100th birthday coming up. I've been told, love Julia Child.
Oh, who doesn't love and miss Julia Child? And I heard you say that everybody has a Julia Child impression, and I think I've got one too, but I won't.
Oh,
I won't.
Oh, come on.
You can't put it out on the table and not give us it.
I guess you're right. Well, you must never cut the lettuce. You always tear the lettuce. But I realized that I think I'm not doing a Julia Child impression. I'm doing Dan Aykroyd's impression of Julia Child. And the basso. Do you remember the basso-matic with the blood? Anyway, so she was one of the first people to take a very complicated cuisine, French cooking, and try to make it accessible to Americans. And now look at us. We're all eating fresh herbs. We're talking about farm to table. We're eating artisanal cuts of pork. We're growing our own vegetables. It's really an exciting time to be a food lover.
So if you could share this special meal with anyone, who would it be?
Well, I want to say Walter Cronkite since I'm at CBS, but since he's not around anymore, I'd like to cook it for the president. I want to cook for President Obama.
We love it. We would love for you to sign our plate. It's a little tradition here on The Dish. We have everyone come in and sign it.